The National is a spectacular golfing complex on Victoria's Mornington Peninsula. I'm being shown around by founding member Richard Launder and his mate, a bloke I call Dad. So you've brought us to the 8th, which is a brute.
It is a brute, especially from this tee.
So what are we aiming at?
Well, for me, I'm going to try and draw one over the corner. That'll probably be all right, but it's nowhere near the line I had. It'll be on the fairway, I think. Oh,
try that again.
You've never hit a better shot in your life. That's perfect. Perfect.
So there's a few houses, but not many, dotted around the course?
There's, I think, 22 used to get the golf course construction underway. So there's a method of finance.
Well, so that's a precursor to what we're seeing now more and more, but now you're seeing houses all the way around the course.
So there's really very little house invasion, if you like.
It does look good.
Yeah.
This is...
Most of them disappear. They're supposed to disappear.
Right. Great shot.
Good or what?
Oh, Dad, that's a great shot.
Great shot.
This is a tricky looking...
No problem.
What's wrong with that? Oh, my gosh.
Got nothing
What's going on?
Nothing to look forward
What's
to.
going on with you two? They never play like this. They always play like this. Good putt. I know it's your birthday, it's not quite a gift yet.
Go. Oh.
Oh!
Never in doubt.
It's 3 different ways to a 5 though, isn't it?
Yes.
Well done. Richard, I can see why you've brought us to the 17th as your third favourite hole in the Old, because it is just 500 metres of... Isn't it? It's beautiful.
It is. Difficult hole, but it is the spot where a couple of members had a discussion in the few moments that we're here that there might be a couple of golf courses out in those lovely dunes. And, of course, they were dunes then, and they looked even better without the golf courses, I must admit. But this is the very spot where that was born.
So, Richard, 30 years in March, the club's been around. It must have been a very exciting time when it was all being put together.
Absolutely. They called it a new direction in golf. The two guys that set it up just did a wonderful job building a business model that stood the test of time. They sold shares.
Instead of memberships, wasn't it?
Instead of memberships and entry fees. And the business model has just worked brilliantly, but it was a very difficult birth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had to work very hard. Flogging.
To sell this. I remember when it came out.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
I actually remember Dad going, oh, you should join the National Fire Share. I'm going, no, Daddy, that's not how it works. Turns out it's exactly how it works.
Well, it is, and the success of the club financially goes back to that business model.
The success has been staggering, with the National acquiring Long Island Golf Club on Melbourne's Sandbelt.
You want to come back. You definitely want to come back. There's always a wow factor. There's always a hole. There's always a shot that you'll play that you just think you just got to come back and replicate that.
Like, what do you got, 125 here?
We didn't use that sort of stuff in my day. It's a 7-iron.
Yeah. Don't trip over your Zimmer frame. Oh, it's a lovely shot, Richard.
That's a wedge, isn't it?
That's a 9, but I don't think it's short. Oh.
And you used your radar too.
Yes, I used my radar too. It was a bit fat.
You want to lend them a Zimmer frame?
Yeah. There's no question the Old Course holds a special place for the members. It's both beautiful and historic. But it's clear the game of golf is as important to these two as anywhere they may play it.
But a nice strike.
Competition and camaraderie go hand in hand, as does their lifelong pursuit of those moments that bring them back in the wind or the rain or whatever the golfing gods have for them. It's a love they've passed on to many, especially those close to them.
Birdie, hole-in-one, 13.
If the old course was a chance to dream of what might be, the Mooner, designed by Greg Norman, was the realisation of how good this rolling farmland really was. I can't wait to show you that next week.